Hello, my name is Abigail Harmon, and I'm here today to talk about the rainforest. Keeping the rainforest protected and preserved is one of the most important things we can do in our lifetime. There are so many precious and valuable resources that come out of the rainforest that can't be found anywhere else in the world. Taking an active role in preserving it and protecting it is very important. We need to protect it from deforestation and species loss, among other things. Deforestation is the biggest threat to the rainforest today. 14% of the world used to be covered with rainforest, but now it's a mere 6%. According to the Rainforest Foundation of the United States, 1 acre is lost every second. When you do the math, that adds up to an astonishing number every year. It's sad that people seem to look at the rainforest instead of as a whole and respect it for what it is as a whole thing. They only look at the value of the timber and the land that lies underneath it. People come in and cut down the trees for the timber and then set up cattle ranches. And then, as profits boom with sales of leather and meat, farmers want to buy more land, so more trees are cut down and more animals lose their home. So why is the rainforest so important to us living here on a completely different continent? Well, one of the biggest reasons is the oxygen that it produces. The Amazon rainforest alone produces 20% of the world's oxygen. That's a really big number considering that it's one rainforest on one continent. That's not even talking about the rainforest in Asia, Africa, Central America, or in the Caribbean. CO2 has never been as high as it is today. This is a dangerous greenhouse gas, and trees, especially rainforest trees, help to protect us from that. Trees act as our counterpart as we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, not to mention the carbon dioxide we produce in our cars and that factories produce. Trees absorb this carbon dioxide and basically breathe out oxygen. So not only is it supplying us with good air to breathe, but it's also taking away harmful gases like carbon dioxide. Another resource of the tropical rainforest is fresh water. The Amazon basin alone holds 1/5 of the world's fresh water. Also, rainforests on average get over 100 inches of rainfall a year. Also, the trees act as a good medium for the absorption of water. So when the rain comes, it flows off the canopy and slowly trickles down to the bottom instead of landing straight on the ground and going straight into the river. So it basically has it's a good medium between the groundwater and the rainwater. So if you get a big flush of this, it can be a flood, which runs off all the water very rapidly and none is absorbed, which can end in drought. Another thing is the species themselves that live there. 25% of pharmaceuticals today are derived from rainforest ingredients, and only 1% of the plant and tree species have been researched and tested by scientists. That's a pretty big percent that haven't been researched and haven't been tested. So imagine what cures could lie in the rainforest. So what can you do to help preserve the rainforest? Well, you can put money into certain organizations that help preserve, and also you have options with these organizations as to what you want done, different approaches that they take. The Nature Conservancy is one program, which I personally give to, that they go and they buy huge chunks of land just for preservation. So they go in, buy this land, and after that, no one can touch it, no one can log on it, and no one is legally allowed to hunt on it. Another organization is the World Wildlife Fund, and they have a different approach. They have set up a new program called Global Forest and Trade Network. And this is where they have gone and they've connected people that rely on the forest for their livelihood, and companies to create a market that is environmentally responsible for their products. So this market, if you buy from these companies, they've done research and they have been approved that all of their products are environmentally friendly. Another thing you can do is stop supporting companies that aren't doing this. Adidas and Nike is a really good example of this. They get their leather from the cattle ranches that are currently on deforested land, and not to mention the other problems that they have, such as child labor and all of that. So it's really important to be mindful of the products you're buying and be responsible for the products you're buying, because that's a personal choice and you need to be accountable for the things that you do. So now that I've explained the problems with deforestation and species loss and what you can do, I hope you will be inspired to take an active role and do your part for the planet. So I hope you be active, be responsible, and be mindful with all the decisions that you make.